Okay, BGP path attributes and BGP path algorithm. So I'm gonna talk about these. So first, BGP path attributes, or let's talk about BGP path algorithm first. BGP path, best path algorithm is basically the process that the BGP uses to select the best path for a single prefix or for prefixes. And that best path is the one that is installed into the IP routing table. And BGP path attributes, and there are many BGP path attributes, as you can see here, and most of them are listed here. This is not all the BGP path attributes, but the most, the ones that you can manipulate are here, which are weight, local preference, yes, path length, and MED, or multi-exit discriminator or metric. So let's talk about BGP path selection process, or path BGP decision process, plus the mnemonic that can help us memorize these attributes. I think, in my opinion, this is easier to memorize because it's unique. It's a unique phrase compared to other mnemonic out there. But it depends. It depends on the person memorizing it, I guess. So okay, so the first step that BGP looks at if it's gonna select a path and install it into the routing table is it's gonna check if the next hop is reachable, if the next hop of the route is, or prefix is reachable. And if no route to reach the next hop, router cannot use that route, of course, and the BGP neighborship will not form in the first place, right? And step one is wait. Wait is not technically a BGP path attribute, but you can use it as one, but it is a Cisco proprietary BGP path attribute, or BGP PA. And BGP is going to select the path with higher weight, as you can see here. And it is only local to the router. It's not communicated between routers or inside the EAS. And number two, step two is local pref, or local preference. This is a genuine local, PA or BGP PA and BGP is gonna prefer the path with bigger local preference. And by the way, these four that are in red, these are the ones that you can manipulate or influence to. You can use to influence the BGP path selection. And numbers in step 3 is locally injected routes. It's gonna select BGP is gonna select the routes that are locally injected. iBGP is better than eBGP blend routes. And step 4 is AS path length. Shorter or smaller is better. And by the way, weight and local pref, you can use them to influence the outbound traffic. And you can configure a BGP policy usually by using route maps, and you will apply the route map inbound, because you are influencing the outbound traffic or routes. And ES path length, you can use it. Usually, it is used to influence inbound routes or inbound traffic. So you will apply it. You will apply it outbound to influence the inbound traffic. And step 5 is origin type. So BGP is going to prefer the origin type. Prefer the I over E, and E over question mark or incomplete, or some other documentation uses. You can see undetermined in some other documentations. And step 6 is MED, or multi-exit discriminator or metric. By default, it is. BGP is gonna prefer the path with smaller metric, and by default it is set to 0. And by the way, by default here is the weight is also set to 0. Local pref is 100, and yeah. By the way, if you use local pref to influence your inbound traffic, it is only communicated inside the single AS. And MED is used if you have a router with 2 circuits connected to, or 2 connections connected to the ISP inside a AS, inside a single AS. But now I think I read, as you know, I'm still reading CCNP routing and switching route official Cert guide by Kevin Wallace. So I think it said that it can be used with more than 2 ASs. And step 7 is neighbor type or path. BGP is going to prefer the eBGP path or or neighborship, and over eBGP neighborship. And number 8 is eBGP metric to next hop. Smaller is better. And for example, you have two path. I mean, you have routes, and that route, you have a route, and that route has two paths, and they're both tie up to step 8. Then you can actually use tiebreakers. Oldest or longest known route, eBGP route, wins, and lowest neighbor BGP router ID wins, and finally lowest neighbor IP address wins. So yeah, so I just want to emphasize that you have to really be familiar with the ones that you can manipulate, and like I said earlier, and those are wait, local pref, AS path link, and MAD.